Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, Coach Chris is back from Tunisia, and we had a couple conversations, and he is being outpowered out there on the tour. So we're going to go on a different racket journey for him. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so hooking me up with my dark roast, piping hot roast of the day is Joanna. So it's Joe space capital ANNA, Joanna. And Joe writes, since it's the season, a video related to clay would be cool. I.E. starter set gear recommendations for clay, playing on clay, fundamentals 101, etc. All right, Joe, I'm going to see what I can do for you in one of these videos. You got to remember, though, out here where I am, it's kind of all hard courts. So I'm going to have to get Coach Chris, the play on dirt expert, to go through that with me a little bit. Okay, we can't be sliding around. Well, excuse me. He can be sliding around in this hard court, but I can't. But we're working on it. We're working on it. All right, Joe, thanks for the coffee. If you want to support my coffee of the day, network is buymeacoffee.com/tennis spin. Thank you guys in advance. All right, so speaking of Coach Chris, he's back in town. He just landed a couple days ago. He's already back on the court teaching. And he was like, man, I was getting outgunned by the people who was hitting hard out there in Tunisia. So he's like, I'm probably going to need to get new rackets. As you guys may know, he's currently using a Pro Staff 97 in the regular 310 weight, not the Fed. But he's weighted it up a bit to help him out with the plow through. But I guess he's being outgunned out there. So he's like, I need something with a little more power just to kind of combat the hard hitters. So I was like, all right, well, let's see what we can get. I was like, maybe something like this can help you out. Since you hit and cry like a little baby out there. Anyways, okay, so he's actually requested a couple rackets from me. The first one he requested was an Ultra. It's the Ultra Pro. It's the Ultra Pro in the 16x19. That is obviously a Wilson exclusive racket. But I told him I had a Ultra Tour from back in the day in an 18x20. This is like the original Monfils sponsored racket. So we're going to give this to him to try out. And I actually restrung it for him since it's been a while. His string, Turna Silver 7. Turna Silver 7. 45 pounds on this. The other one he's requested is the Yonex EZO 98. I wanted him to try the new Monfils Artengo TR960 Tour. And actually, I wanted to kind of go through the journey with me too a little bit and try the Dunlop SX 300 Tour, as well as the Fury Arma Pro. And I think this will be a little too much power for him, but the Slinko Blackout 300 extended now. Okay, so I want him to try these out and see what he thinks. All right, guys, so on the court, I want to welcome back Coach Chris.
Is it black?
Look a little darker. All right, so Coach Chris was saying that he was a little outgunned with his pro staff out there in Tunisia. So he asked for a couple of rackets, and I got it for him. There you are, bud. Let's go right there, okay? You're gonna smack your own butt with that, okay?
I'm not sure about this one.
Bad boy on tour.
I'm gonna just
All right, guys, so we just got off the court. Coach Chris just kind of tried out the whole mess of rackets here, and he kind of mowed them down. Let's start with the Ultra Tour version 2, 1820.
yes, and biggest reason is because I felt like it was very similar to the balance of a pro staff. Had a little bit more pop to it. The only issue is that it is kind of a little bit unstable at certain times when you try to put a little bit more pace into your shots. I would definitely like to see what the Ultra Pro version 3 is, 16x19. Just waiting for it to come back in stock, and definitely would try to keep hitting with this racket a little bit more to play test it more.
He's going to hang on to that racket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Artango TR960 Tour Monfils.
Yes, I would definitely say yes to this racket. It is very similar to the Tour, the Ultra Tour. I would want to change the strings for a little bit to see if it put it a little bit, because these are the stock strings. I would want to change it to, Tour Bite or something like that, a bit more of a modern string. I definitely feel like it's a lot more stable than the Ultra, but again, I want to play test it a little bit more to see if we can handle a bit more with a bit more pace, because the strings kind of just flew off of the stock string. So, yes.
Okay. EZO 998.
EZO 98, I felt like it didn't cut through the air as much as those other two. It lagged a little bit in terms of my case. It does have power, for sure, but it just didn't feel like the right frame for me in terms of my game style. It just felt a little bit unwieldy. Yeah.
I'm thinking we should probably get you the Stand 310. That's kind of more in that realm.
Yeah.
So the V-Core Pro 310. Armor Pro.
Okay, this is a no. Did feel good when I was like just kind of rallying back and forth without just a nice rally, putting the ball in. But when I started up the pace a little bit more, it started becoming not dull, but a little wild. Yeah, I think there is still something that could be a bit more with this racket. It did have power, but if I wanted to hit out at a little bit at it a bit more, I felt like a lot of my balls that should have gone in were going out. Or maybe I'm just a bad player. But this is really what it is to me, honestly.
Yeah, we're not blaming the racket at all, guys.
No.
All right, Blackout 300 extended.
So another great racket to try out for me for trying to find a little bit more pop in my shots. This is no. I think it's too powerful. It's almost too powerful. It doesn't really match my game style. I like to control the ball a little bit more. So when I wanted to do that, I felt like the balls would fly a little bit more, and I just didn't like the response of it. It just felt kind of the stock version of the Ultra. Yeah.
All right. Finally, the SX300 Tour by Dunlop.
Okay, so again, I had a friend that recommended me this racket to try out a little bit. This, I felt like when I hit it was also kind of like it muted the ball a little bit too much. I really had to feel like I had to hit out at it a little bit more to get a bit more pop into this. I would say no, because again, this racket doesn't feel as responsive as the Pro Staff that I'm used to. It actually mutes it a little bit more, and the weight and the balance of it is not as I would want it. I would like it to be a little bit more head light, and it's actually a little bit more head heavy. So it's something that I gave it a try, but maybe for more of those blade users, this would be a good one. So no to this.
And then finally,
definitely yes. If I ever have like a nephew or a young kid that I would like to give this racket to, I would definitely try this one out for a 2-year-old, or a 3-year-old who aspires to be, like
you?
Those, yeah, like me. Those like, what's that? Instagram, those Japanese little boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the one that we
Those
got.
great ones.
Yeah, and this is like the 3 or 4-year-old who hits. This would be a good racket for him. But in terms of power, like this could probably handle,
pace.
red, pace, red to orange ball, and maybe green. But this is really tough to put on the tour. So.
All right, so we are at step 1 of Coach Chris's racket journey. We're going to be adding some more probably as we move along, but want to welcome Chris back from Tunisia. Want to thank Coach Chris again. Chris, where can we find you?
You can find me at CB Chen Tennis.
And that's it. Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.
Man, it's windy today.
Am I at the right club?
Where is this wind coming from?
I should have restrung my racket. My eyes are so itchy.
My socks don't quite. How am I going to deal with this wind? Man, it's windy today. I gotta make sure
I hope
I'm tight.
Leonard is stringing those.
Did I have
shoes
enough
tight
coffee
today?
Why is it so freaking windy today?
Tight. Where is
Nah,
this
that
sun
water
ball?
bottle.
Did I
remember my
Where is
tennis
this
ball
sun
coming
feels
from?
tight?
Where is my phone?
Was I supposed to get my kid from school?
Yeah, I think I lost my
Do
I don't need a
enough
water
battery
bottle.
life on my
cell
cell phone?
phone.
The right ball is
I think I need a massage.
Man, did I have enough coffee
Maybe I
today?
should
Where is
have.
this
How am I
sun?
going to deal
Do
with
I need
this wind?
sunscreen today?
Let's open the APEAK app and find my Zen.
As you prepare for your match, let's talk briefly about consistency.
Time to play.